Hi, my name is Ee-Seul. I'm assistant professor in the Faculty of Education at the University of Manitoba in Canada. Um, I am here to present introduction to the special issue on school diversification and dilemmas across Canada in the era of education marketization and neoliberalization. I recently co-edited this special issue with Christopher Lubianski at Indiana University. And this special issue comes out of our conference panel that, had the same collection of papers. And we wanted to turn it into a special issue because there are some really good studies that we wanted to showcase what is happening in Canada. So, as you all know, market reforms have been proliferating across the globe. And this introduction that you'll be reading soon, hopefully, has nice layout, has nice discussion of that. And what we really wanted to focus on in this special issue is about Canada. So what do we know about Canada? I mean, Canada is known as a country of equitable social structures, and also the students been doing quite well in the international standardized tests. And also, I think that what's interesting about Canada is that it has a decentralized education system. So it's kind of hard to figure out what is going on, as country as a whole. But we do know that marketization is happening. So we wanted to kind of give you sort of a snapshot of what is happening. Before we do that, in this introduction, we do actually talk about what literature is out there. So one of the key things we note is that school choice and that different types of schools are increasing in the private and public sectors across Canada, and that parents are actually happy when they can choose. But it is also well understood that actually school choice is still middle class privilege. In other words, parents who have high education or higher income, they tend to choose more so than other families. And that this is now increasing stratification in the school system, and that has some negative effects on how students perceive their schools compared to other schools. But what we don't know much about is that whether market reforms are actually improving quality of education, or it actually led to more innovation, or that actually students are achieving higher than before. So a lot of questions, and so we're hoping that this special issue will sort of, obviously can't answer all those questions, but, can illuminate a bit more about what is happening in Canada. So the first paper was going to delineate the changes in funding and student enrollment in homeschooling and public and independent schools. And the second paper will be on the social embeddedness of private schools and how that mediates the impact of market forces on private school behaviors. And the third paper will be talking about grassroots advocacy group for public education that has promoted resistance to the new trend of education privatization through parent fundraising. And then fourth paper will be talking about specialty arts programs of choice in Toronto public secondary schools and how those programs continue to be a middle class privilege. And then the last paper in the special issue talks about how low-income, racial, minority families tend to choose schools in their neighborhoods, and that because of their economic and housing constraints, but also because there are more resources available in those neighborhoods. So what we're hoping that the contributions of this special issue to be is to help understand choice and competition as happening in Canada. And especially we wanted to eliminate the impact of these reforms on schools and communities across Canada in a very multicultural, diverse society. And lastly, that we really hope that our special issue can sort of inform the debate that is happening all around the world about whether this new market reforms are actually meeting the needs of our children. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions or comments, please email me or Chris. I hope you enjoyed this special issue. Thank you.